All right, thank you everybody for joining us. I'm Rachel Woody. I'm the consulting archivist on this project working with Astoria Public Library. And with me today is John Goodenberger. He's the city historian for the city of Astoria. And John and I today, we're going to do a very informal conversation about what we've been working on, how this project started, what we have just recently completed, and where we're going next. So with that said, John, how about you kick it off with explaining a little bit about when we first started with the Oregon Heritage Commission.
Well, when we first started, we had quite a lot of work to do. and our work has involved organizing. And our work specifically has been organizing what we lovingly refer to as the vortex, an area where things just came to life. And so we have been working on gathering all the information up, placing them in boxes, placing them in files, organizing them by type, by collector, by topic, and putting them on spreadsheets with the idea that all this information can be out to the public.
Yes, the Oregon Heritage Commission grant funded work that John did and myself, and my portion of the project was conducting an assessment of the materials, primarily to see what sort of physical state they were in, if there were any preservation issues, but also to cover like what is in it, what subjects and subject groupings. And both John and I's work for that initial part was basically just to figure out what is down here in the basement, because that had never really been determined previous to our work, and what state it's in and what we need to do next. So the Oregon Heritage Commission grant really helped us get a foundation of where we're at and what opportunities are available for us to work on next.
Just simple things like how much is down here? Well, now we have boxes and we can tell you in lineal feet how many pieces of archival storage we have. And that's important.
Yes, absolutely. Knowing the scope and the size of the materials and then also rehousing them. I know for both the Heritage Commission and the Oregon Cultural Trust, part of the budget has gone to acquiring boxes and folders that are archival approved, which means they're pH neutral, they are going to last a longer time, they're made out of better high quality materials so that those fragile historical documents can be preserved for longer so that all future people can enjoy and have access to them.
I do want to note that early on, we brought the public down here to see the basement. And one person after the next, as they saw the vortex and they saw the potential, their question was, what are you going to do to save our history? And so the public has been really engaged in this.
Absolutely. For example, there's a team of volunteers that both of us have worked with, students from the Clatsop Community College, as well as volunteers in the community. We've done training sessions with them where they have helped us work with these historical materials to get them organized, get them in the archival safe containers, and start figuring out what is in there at a more detailed level. So John, how about you tell us, so we did the Oregon Heritage Commission grant first, and most recently we've just completed work that was funded by the Oregon Cultural Trust. So how about you share with us what your part of that project has been and what you've done?
Part of that has been understanding who is creating these collections. By doing that, so for instance, we have a person, Russell Dark. He collected a bunch of papers and artifacts. Who is he? So doing the initial research on who the collectors are, then doing the initial research on the collections themselves. So for instance, we have a collection of county health. Why is it important to have a collection on county health? Here's a quick history of county health in Clatsop County. So doing it by topic and doing it by person, collecting those histories.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, and in fact, because we've been able to work on these collections in more detail, part of what we're doing today with this video and what we're going to be doing with a few more videos is creating featurettes, essentially, where I will be guiding sort of a Q&A session, but John will be taking the lead in terms of highlighting some of these specific collections that he's been working with, sharing with you what's in them, what has been some of the discoveries in terms of what we now know about the city of Astoria. Just to give people a little teaser, John, what are some of the people, places, things that are so interesting that you found that we might be covering later on?
Well, I love Russell Dark, local historian. I love Polly McKean Bell, who has roots in the earliest parts of settlement of Astoria. I love the picturesque writing of August Hildebrand. And then when we get into things like legal documents, being able to see firsthand what was going on within the city and the county itself. The county health, understanding why we have a system of public health today
Mhm.
and what affected that. So that's interesting. Beautiful photos of logging and the equipment and the
Mhm.
forest. All these kinds of things are just so wonderful to see, again, firsthand of the period.
Mhm. Excellent. Well, we are going to be gathering questions from the community and from yourselves who are watching. So as we go through these featurettes, as you think of questions or things you want to see or know about, please feel free to comment on the Astoria Public Library Facebook page. Jimmy Pearson, the director of the Astoria Public Library, is also the project director for us. So if you have questions, concerns, interest in helping, also contact Jimmy, the director. And with that, we want to thank you for watching this intro video, and we look forward to seeing you as we do these featurettes. John, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. Looking forward to sharing the information.